So glad you could join us. We've been talking about the motivation behind the gifts, or really behind any kind of service for God. And if the motivation isn't love, God's not gonna bless it, and also He's not gonna reward you. And you can imagine, the Corinthians, how much pride they had. You remember when we were talking about division over this and over that, and one person more proud than another, because of their gift or their teacher and all that stuff. What about a proud person if you say, now, do you love people? Oh, yes, I love people, Have you noticed how blinding pride is? And so you can imagine these Corinthians going, oh, yeah, we love. I remember one woman in a church that I was pastoring said, I love everybody. I said, you haven't met everybody, How do you know that you love? Well, the Apostle Paul says there's a definition. Like in James, it says, you look at yourself in the mirror when you go to God's word, and then you make adjustments. And in the mirror of his word, a Corinthian Christian, or might I say a Pawnee Christian, can look in the mirror of God's word and say, okay, if I love people, this would have to define me. Okay, so we're going to start in on that. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Love is patient, and love is kind, and love is not jealous. That's the first three that I want to look at. Patient is the word macrothemia. Macro means large. Themia means temperature. It means you have a high boiling point. It means that you're patient with people. Okay? There's the word hupomene that means patient, and that means that you're handling a tough situation. But macrothemia is always about people. So first of all, if you keep going off on people and throwing tantrums, and if you like telling people off, that's not love. Okay? I'm telling you that in love. All right. But the second thing, it says it's kind. Notice the negative and then the positive. The negative thing is it refrains from going off on people. There's the negative part. And then the positive thing, it engages in doing things for people. So are you patient with people, and do you like doing things for people? Do you get a blessing out of doing things for people, whether it's noticed or not? Now remember, the scribes and Pharisees sounded a trumpet before their giving, and Jesus said they have their reward. Their motive was not love. Their motive was pride. They were making a show of their giving. And then what did he say? Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So if you really love people, if you really love being kind to people, you don't care if somebody notices. Yeah. And then love is not jealous. Back to Romans chapter 12, verse 15. Rejoice with those who rejoice, and weep with those who weep. And of course, this is about the rejoicing part. Somebody else is blessed, and since you love them, you're happy. Whether they're an OU fan or an OSU fan. Whether they're an Okie or a Texan. Yeah. Whether they're your teenage kid or your parents. Well, okay, I can go on with the list, but there's no reason to do that. You're not jealous. You don't resent somebody else's good fortune. Well, that's all I got. Have a great day.